got something, bro. We got something. Sorry, guys. Sorry. Go ahead. Yeah, come on, man. Fantastic. Have a good.
I'm a good sport. NC State losing to Tennessee, him and Joe. But back to the question. You know, obviously watching the film and seeing a lot of things that, you know, as a team, as an offense, and obviously personally that, you know, rooms of improvement. We were joking about it yesterday or Monday. It was like it's always better to learn from a win than a loss. But so excited to get back on the practice field and correct those things and get moving forward.
Gerard was talking about how you guys in the fourth quarter were saying, let's take it to the hill.
Yeah.
What does that mean for you, and what sort of team bonding experience is it like for you guys running that down?
Team bonding, I don't know about that, but no, but he's right. We got to the point where it was just we saw what type of game it turned into, and you know, the cool part was it was no egos in the huddle, you know, and everybody kind of, you know, bought into it and realized, like, you know, we're running one play the whole time, you know what I mean, and they're not stopping it, so why change it? And you know, I think that was one of the more cooler moments in my you know, career. Everybody in the huddle was saying, like, let's take them to the hill, because we knew we were in that much better shape than they were, and you know, I think it paid off.
Jacoby, how important is it for the players to kind of see proof of process, whether it's you guys running the hill and being better conditioned, whether it's a game plan? How important is it to get results from what the coaches are preaching?
Yeah, I think it's really good, just because from the standpoint of, you know, you see the direction that we're trying to go, you know, and you see what happens when you know, you do follow the process and you do buy into the plan. I mean, obviously some days you're gonna do that and you're not gonna get the results you want, but you know, I think it's even more apparent after, you know, you do get those results. Is now you got to double down on it even more, because you know, it shows you that you can't take that much more of a, you know, I think a slack in the preparation to get you to the game.
Jacoby, looking forward to this Sunday. How do you see what sort of challenges did the Seahawks defense present, and do you see similarities to what the Ravens did the last season?
Yeah, obviously, you know, Mike's done a good job dating back to his Raven days, and you know, the way he calls the games, and you know, dating back to the Ravens, and even like this year with those guys, they keep you on your toes. You know, got a lot of really good players on defense, guys that have made the Pro Bowl, and some of the better players in this league, and so he uses those guys very well within his scheme. You know, so we got to be on our P's and Q's. It's going to be a big one for us. Obviously, it starts today with you know, first and second down, and trying to, you know, master that plan right now, and then moving forward throughout the week, because the more like third downs and red zones and the situation gets, that's when you know, they get better.
Jacoby, after practicing against your defense all summer, do you see any similarities the way that, you know, Baltimore, but now Seattle wants to play in the way that you guys play in defense?
Somewhat similar. Obviously, you know, give you a lot of different looks up front with the guys. Obviously, having good cover guys helps, which we do and they do as well. And I think taking that approach, and you know, you kind of, I guess, screwing with the you know, the offensive rules as far as like protection or run game and things like that. I think that's what this style of defense tries to do really well. I mean, that's what they do really well. So, like I said, it's first and second down, so kind of trying to, you know, put that in his own bucket and take care of it from that.
Jacoby, Gerard talked about the ability for a team to be able to make changes on the fly as things are going on. What gives you confidence that your offense can see one thing and then make a change to do another thing if that is what you need to do?
Because that's what we did Sunday. You know, it was a couple looks that we thought we were getting based on the scouting report, and you know, and I mean, from AVP and those guys playing Cincinnati and Lou whiles ago, and we came out and they gave us different looks, and therefore it led to some different calls for us to make towards the end of the game. And I think you saw that as far as like some of our run game calls were a little different than we expected, and putting in our guys being able to, you know, change on the fly as far as like making like alerts on the play or checks on the play within the play. You know what I mean? So I thought that was good for us to see that, and that just goes back to our ability to adapt and learn on the fly.
Jacoby, I think in your first year as a starter, you led the league in sacks, but it seems like your ability to evade pressure has improved throughout the years. How have you done that just beyond the offensive lines generally protecting you?
I mean, I think I've been fortunate to play on really good O-lines. I think that plays a part in it. Understanding football a little bit more. Being okay with, throwing the ball away. I think, obviously that your completion percentage kind of takes a hit, but I think that's better than a sack and getting into negative yards. And I think understanding that, more now in my, I guess, older days than I was when I was younger in the league. I think that definitely has paid off, and watching really good quarterbacks, honestly, do it for a while. Watching Tom and Phillip and Andrew finding ways to, not get negative plays, so I think that definitely played a part in it.
The second half of that game against Cincinnati, you had a deep attempt down the field to Taekwon. I'm just wondering how important you think it is to try to get him involved down the field, just show a willingness to even make those types of throws to maybe try to soften the defense up for your run game.
Yeah, I think that's definitely important just because of, who he is as a player. Being able to stretch the field. He's one of the fastest, if not the fastest dude on our team. His ability to get down the field at a fast rate, definitely got to try to, make the defense feel like that's a possibility, and obviously when we get chances to hit him. But I think we did that one time, and then the next time, they're playing completely soft zone on him. He sits in his zone and gets a big completion. So I think a lot of those things kind of, play hand in hand with each other. And so definitely finding more ways to, not just with him, with other guys as well, try to exploit some of those things. Yep, thank you.